I am Christy with Easy Agent Pro, and today I would like to talk about 5 ways you can become a successful realtor within your first year of being in the business. So tip number 1 is learning everything there is to know about your specific market. So that includes how many homes are currently available, how many went under contract in the last month, how many sold and closed within the last month, what is the average number of days for a home to be on the market, what is the average cost of a home in your area, and questions like that. Once you familiarize yourself with this information, you're going to come across as an expert in real estate whenever you find yourself speaking with a buyer or a seller. So tip number 2 is super important for anybody starting out in real estate or in sales in general, and that is to become an excellent communicator and listener. Now, in sales, it is so easy to forget that you're talking to real people and not dollar signs, and so that's why it's so important to master these skills. So when you're talking to people, let them tell you their concerns, their wants, their desires, and then you go ahead and you find a way to solve their problem. When you do this, you build a relationship with them, you solve the problem that they need solved, and you also probably make your sale. So tip number 3 is utilizing your very own social circle. So what do you do for fun? How do you spend your days in your spare time? Are you part of a church? Do you sing in a choir? Do you do theater? Do you go to a CrossFit class? Are you on a soccer team? These kinds of things, like who do you spend your time with? These people are a resource to you. Make sure that everybody knows that you're a real estate agent. This is so important. Don't keep it a secret. Let everybody know that you've switched your profession and you're now working in real estate, and maybe they aren't selling a house and maybe they aren't looking to buy a house, but chances are eventually they'll come across somebody who is, and they will drop your name. So these core people that you already know, that you already spend your time with, they are a resource. They can really help you start up your business when you're first starting out in real estate. So tip number 4 is a fun one, and that is to actually get out there and tour some homes by yourself before you have a client with you. Now, when you're a real estate agent, you essentially have keys to the entire city, so take advantage of this. Go to a vacant house, open the door, take inventory of all the really cool attributes of the house that you'd maybe want to showcase to potential buyers when you actually do have a client there with you. Figure out what the light switches are, really educate yourself on this piece of property. And while you're here, I would go ahead and start filming video for your social media accounts, and you can make a post about this specific piece of property. So tip number 5 is to become an expert on a specific neighborhood. Now, if I were you, I would go ahead and pick the neighborhood that I currently live in because it's probably the neighborhood that you are already most familiar with. Get to know the traffic patterns, get to know the schools that are in the area, great places to eat that are within the area, city parks, everything, just every little aspect of this community. This will make you seem like such an expert for people who are wanting to buy in this specific area. Go ahead and take tours of all of the homes that are for sale in this area as well. This is just great to become an expert in your specific neighborhood, and then from there you can continue to branch out more and more and more until eventually you know the entire city like the back of your hand. So those are my 5 tips for becoming a successful realtor within your first year. And to reiterate, those 5 tips were: 1, to become an expert in your specific market; 2, become a great communicator and listener; 3, utilize your social circles that are already in place; 4, take tours; and 5, become an expert in a specific neighborhood. I am Christy with Easy Agent Pro. Thank you for listening.